London, April 2015. The city sleeps through the quiet Easter bank holiday weekend. But deep in the heart of London's diamond district, Hatton Garden, something extraordinary is unfolding. A crew of 6 men, all in their 60s and 70s, are pulling off the most daring heist in British history. No guns, no alarms, no violence. Just precision, patience, and decades of criminal experience. By the time the sun rises, over £14 million worth of gold, diamonds, and jewelry will be gone. This wasn't just a robbery, it was a masterpiece, executed by a group of pensioners. This is the story of the Hatton Garden heist, the biggest burglary ever committed in the UK, and how it all came crashing down. Meet Michael John Seed, the ghost in the story. A quiet man living in a modest North London flat. No phone, no job, no online presence. He pays for everything in cash and barely talks to his neighbors. But behind the calm exterior hides a mind obsessed with electronics and crime. Michael isn't your average career criminal. He's the son of a Cambridge academic, educated, articulate, and a graduate of Nottingham University with a degree in electronics. In the early 1980s, his life took a detour. He was arrested for dealing LSD and spent 3 years in prison. When he got out, he made himself a promise: never get caught again. For years, he fixed TVs and computers before moving into the grey area of recycling jewelry and precious metals. It was steady money, but not enough. Then, one night, he had a thought: if I can hack electronics, maybe I can hack the system. That system was Hatton Garden Safe Deposit, the most secure vault in London, or so everyone thought. Michael's path crossed with Brian Reader, a man the underworld calls the Governor. Reader is a legend, a career criminal with decades of experience and the reputation for pulling off jobs no one else would dare touch. The two meet where many British crimes begin, at a local Wetherspoons pub, over a few too many pins. Michael jokes, "With my electronic skills I could get into Hatton Garden." Reader laughs, but not for long. He knows the man means it. A week later they meet again. This time it's not a joke. Reader brings in old faces from London's underworld. There's Danny Jones, 60, a burglar with a flair for chaos. Terry Perkins, 65, a criminal veteran who once took part in the infamous 1983 Security Express depot robbery. William Lincoln, another seasoned crook, and John Kenny Collins, 74, the gang's driver and lookout. 6 men, average age 63. A crew of retirees planning to rob one of the most secure vaults in Britain. They called themselves the Firm. Every Friday night, the old gang met at the pub. No laptops, no phones, just notebooks, sketches, and a few rounds of beer. During the week, they did their homework, scouting Hatton Garden, pretending to be customers, asking casual questions, and mapping out security systems. Slowly, the plan took shape. They discovered the vault's alarm system after triggered false alerts. That meant security guards had likely grown desensitized. They also learned that CCTV coverage inside the vault was limited, and the area wasn't guarded at night or on weekends. It was full of blind spots, and they knew how to exploit them. After 3 years of planning, they were ready. Their moment would come on Easter weekend 2015, when the city would be empty and no one would notice a thing. Good Friday, April 3rd, 2015. The gang gathers in a North London warehouse for one last check. Tools ready, disguises packed, nerves steady. Danny Jones and Terry Perkins set off on foot. Kenny Collins drives the white Mercedes van carrying the rest of the crew. Brian Reader, ever cautious, takes the bus using a borrowed senior citizen travel card. Their entry point, a side door near number 38, leading to a narrow fire escape. Michael Basil Seed, the ghost, uses stolen keys to unlock the door. They slip inside, down the fire escape, into the basement courtyard. Inside, Basil unbolts a back door. 2 men disable the elevator from the first floor and crawl into the shaft. They cut the power to the outer gate, smash a lock, and break through layer after layer of metal. Finally, they reach the vault wall, 18 inches of reinforced concrete. Danny Jones fires up the Hilti DD350 diamond drill, a monster of a machine capable of cutting through solid stone. Hours later, they've made 3 perfect holes, just wide enough for 2 men to squeeze through. Inside, they work in silence, prying open 44 deposit boxes filled with gold, diamonds, and cash. By the time dawn breaks, £14 million sits in their bag. No alarms, no guards, no witnesses. They slip out the way they came in and disappear into the London streets. 6 old men had just made history. A few days later, as businesses reopened after Easter, chaos erupted. The vault looked like a war zone. Debris everywhere, shattered boxes, dust, and discarded tools. Victims were stunned. One said, "I've got clients' rings in here. It's a double whammy. My stuff and theirs." The media went wild. Front pages called it the Great British Pensioner Heist. People compared it to Ocean's 11 and The Italian Job. Even police officers couldn't help but admit it was brilliant. But brilliant or not, the Met Police elite burglary squad was now on the case. They had no time to waste. Detectives followed the scene, searching for clues. No fingerprints, no DNA, no footprints. It looks like a ghost story until they checked the building's exterior cameras. One camera, just one, above a fire exit had survived. It captured figures moving in and out, carrying bags and tools. From there, investigators worked backward, combining through hours of street footage. A white Mercedes van kept appearing around the area before the heist. The plates matched one owned by Kenny Collins. That was the break they needed. Police secretly bugged Collins' van. What they heard was gold. The gang members bragged openly about the heist, arguing over their shares, gossiping and complaining about each other. They even talked about planning one last retirement job. The police listened, recorded, and waited. May 19, 2015. 6 weeks after the heist, detectives stake out a quiet car park in Enfield, North London. They watch as the old men arrive, preparing to move part of the loot. Around £4 million worth of jewels and cash. The moment the handoff begins, police swarm in. 4 of the crew are arrested on the spot. Reader, Perkins, Jones and Collins, caught red-handed, with stolen goods still warm in their hands. But 2 names are missing, Michael Basil Seed and Brian Reader. Reader is tracked down soon after and arrested, but the ghost, the mysterious Basil, vanished into thin air. For years, police struggled to find out who Basil really was. The crew refused to name him. No fingerprints, no phone calls, no financial records, nothing. But surveillance footage gave detectives one final threat. They noticed Collins meeting an unknown man several times in Shoreditch Park. That man was finally identified as Michael John Seed. Detectives kept eyes on him for years, watching him live quietly in his cluttered flat, occasionally melting down bits of gold and jewelry. In March 2018, they made their move. Inside his home, they found over £1 million worth of stolen valuables, gold bars, uncut gems, and equipment used to melt metal. The ghost was finally caught. Perkins died in prison in 2018. Collins and Reader were released the following year, their reputations cemented as legends of the underworld. And as for Michael Seed, the man who started it all, he pleaded not guilty, insisting he had nothing to do with the heist. The jury didn't buy it. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Over £5 million worth of jewelry and gold has never been recovered. The Hatton Garden heist became more than a crime. It became a legend, a story of old men outsmarting modern security with nothing but experience, patience, and sheer nerve. For many, the Hatton Garden heist doesn't feel like a crime story. It feels like a story of rebellion, of 6 old men refusing to fade quietly into the night. Because for one weekend in April 2015, they were unstoppable. They were legends, and their legacy still glitters in the shadows of London's Diamond District. If you enjoyed the story, make sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think happened to the missing £5 million. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and never underestimate a pensioner with a plan.